All right, hey, welcome back. It's Matthias and Seba at Super Pipe Brothers, or Super Pipe Bros. We hope you liked the last episode. And
good, so good, so much beer. Oh, make me happy dance, happy dance.
But all right, so today we're gonna follow back with the Doctor Who themed episodes, and we've got 4, 5, and 6 lined up. Tell me about number 4.
Number 4, Tom Baker, probably the most popular Doctor. His most popular companion, Sarah Jane, who did come back later with Tennant.
Yeah.
Definitely noted for his big, huge, long, obnoxious scarf. Pretty much the most British out of any of the Doctors. He had some really screwed up teeth, some really screwed up hair. Didn't make a lot of sense. Was not sexy in the least bit, because that clearly factors into my favorite Doctor. How sexy he is on film. But definitely the most British. So we thought, hey, this is the most British Doctor that there possibly is. So we need the most British beer we can come up with. What do we get, Matt?
We got Sam Smith's Yorkshire Stingo. Stingo is a festival beer. It's brewed once a year, and it's oak aged for a full year before it's actually bottled. So I have had this before. It's not my favorite beer, but it's definitely up there with the super British. This is a British beers. It's the most celebrated, I think, of all the British beers.
It's 8%, so we're definitely down from the last one. I think it was just 9, 10, and 9. So you're not going to get. It's still really high gravity, though. I mean, anything I'd say over 6% is high gravity. So 8% is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
So we got these perfectly good, probably clean glasses. Let's fill them up.
Oh yeah. Stingo. I've had this bottle for a full year. Have not drank it. So this is technically a 2-year-old Stingo.
It's a bigger bottle. It's always helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you don't like it, then there's more of it to drink.
Yeah.
Kind of darker in color. It has some legs, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, they're beautiful.
It smells very similar to our first Doctor.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's caramely, malty.
Whole lot of booze.
Yeah, this once again you can smell alcohol in this. There's plenty of it.
Yeah.
This is a winter beer. This is a fall ale type of thing.
Yeah.
This isn't an ale, but is it?
No, yeah, that's ale.
Oh, okay, it's an ale. Yeah, sure. So I'll probably like this because ales are good for me, and I'm good for ales. Let's try it. What up?
What up?
Really good.
Oh, it's boozy.
It's very high alcohol. It's dark. It's caramely. It's syrupy. It's sweet. It's a good proper warm, like you want to be warmed up ale, like when it's nice and cool outside. Not winter when it's 150 degrees below, you know, on whatever planet you're on, Gallifrey 7 or I don't know. I'm just making crap up. But no, this is a really good beer. If it's cold outside and you want to be warmed up from the inside out. Oh, on a cold winter morning, this is all the central heat you need right here.
Well, what I like about it, and kind of relating it back to the Doctor, the 4th Doctor, you know, the color of it. I mean, it reminds me of his hair, his scarf. I mean, it's the coat, it's everything. This is the Doctor in a glass.
This is about as British as you can get, and that guy is about as British of a citizen as you could get. So I'm going to say this is a perfect one for the 4th Doctor. It can kick the crap out if you need it to, because once again, he was the Doctor and he was vengeful if he needed to be. This here is very, very fitting for that.
Yeah. It's also sneaky.
Yeah.
This is a sneaky one.
It's kind of ugly, kind of like he was. It wasn't the prettiest thing, but it got the job done. Kind of fancy with the gold up here. Didn't really need it, but
kind of like a hat.
It's very British. It's very, very British.
Oi!
Yeah. So on a scale of 1 to 11, what are you going to give this?
It's about an 8 to 9.
I'm going to say this is. I'm going to say 9, just because I like ales. I am biased, but it's good. Not something you want to drink if it's really hot outside, but if you just want a nice little beer to sit down with, this is good just about all year round.
Yeah. No, I like this beer.
So, the fifth Doctor, Peter Davison, who was actually 29 years old when he was cast the Doctor. He was the youngest person to play the Doctor, which is complete opposite of the character at that time. You had the first Doctor, who was 157,000 years old. The second Doctor, who was probably in his mid-70s. The third Doctor, who I want to say looked like he was 90. And Baker, who was probably in his 60s-ish.
Yeah, he was late 30s when he started, and then...
Really?
Yeah.
That's British 30s. That's a rough 30s.
Yeah, no, it's not good.
Yeah.
He was not a pretty man by any means.
I, 57. American as it gets. So he's 29 years old, and he brought some youth and flamboyance to the character, which nobody else had done before.
Yeah.
And he wore a vegetable. I mean, I don't understand that.
And a cricket uniform. He was the only Doctor to wear all white.
Yeah, it was very 1980s, and it was the early 80s at the time. He only played the Doctor for basically a couple of years. I think it was like 80 to 82 or something like that. But
yeah, he was the preppy one that no one ever saw coming.
No, and I don't know. So, like a good hangover, you have to have something afterwards, hence the Bloody Mary, hence the vegetable. So, I've never had one of these before, have you?
No.
So, here's our first, and we do have the proper salt brim for this, in case you're wondering.
Yeah, it's salty.
So, let's try this.
How do you drink?
You just put it in your mouth and drink.
Oh, drink it with my mouth?
Yeah, with your mouth hole, your head hole.
Well done, that's good.
Surprisingly really good.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Hot diggity damn.
This is awesome. Dude, oh, this is perfect. We just went from Tom Baker, and how can we possibly follow this up to, what is this young, stupid, frilly guy? This is awesome, man.
This drink is officially now christened the Peter Davison.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, and the salt, like the big pieces of rock salt in your mouth, are really good on it. This is awesome. So for all you Congoers, remember, you have to hydrate a lot, but if you didn't hydrate enough and it's the next day and you're a little bit hungover, this is awesome, and you can get some more alcohol back into your system.
Yeah.
Half lager, we don't care what, this is what we picked.
And it's so good. You really should drink that.
And in terms of, you know, just beer, it's good. It's a good lager. It's a rye lager, it's a little different. But really, you can use just about anything, because you're going to taste the salt and the tomato more than anything else. Make sure you get Bloody Mary mix, not
V8.
Not V8 or tomato juice. There's a huge difference. One thing you can do to make this a little bit better, you could add a couple of dashes of Worcestershire sauce.
Yeah.
That would make it, well, once again, saltier. We did the salt brim instead. This is awesome, though.
Yeah, well done. Why do you think Tennant liked Peter Davison the most? Do you think it was because he knew that Peter Davison would produce the hottest thing that's ever been on Doctor Who? Do you think that's the reason?
Well, everything's hotter than Rose, but yeah, that is kind of the messed up family tree of Doctor Who. You've got Peter Davison, who's the 5th Doctor. His favorite Doctor, and then David Tennant, who played the 10th Doctor, his favorite Doctor was the 5th Doctor. The 5th Doctor, Peter Davison, his daughter in real life played the Doctor's daughter with 10.
Yeah.
So, Doctor Who's daughter marries Doctor Who in real life, and they have a kid.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's messed up.
A quick drink. Oh, it's so salty and awesome. Salty and tomatoey, but oh my god, this is awesome. Oh, and I'm wearing a vegetable. Oh.
It's not as good anymore.
Hmm?
It's not as good as anymore. Or not as good anymore.
So, just like the 5th Doctor, this is a great recovery follow-up to the 4th. I highly recommend this. On a scale of a 1 to 11, what are you going to give it?
You know what? The more and more I drink it, the less and less I'm enjoying it, but that first sip...
Wait, you're not hungover right now either.
Yeah.
This would be really good with some ice in here. Like, 10 a.m. you wake up, you've missed half your panels already. You need something to go down. This is...
It would do the trick. That's
definitely would. And you got a vegetable, so I mean, you're getting hydrated from that.
Yeah. No, it's just tasty too. It's sucking up all that deliciousness.
So on 1 to 11, what are you going to give it?
Alright, I don't enjoy it nearly as much as you. I'm going to give it like a I'll give it a 7. I'll give it a 7.
I'm gonna give it an 8. 8 out of 10. Or 8 out of 11. Simply because it has one purpose. And if I just was gonna sit around and drink this, no good. I'd give it like a 5.
Yeah.
But hangover, awesome. And just like this, Davidson was an awesome hangover for Baker.
Mm-hmm.
What up?
What? Colin Baker.
Colin Baker, the doctor.
He was the Technicolor Jesus. I don't even. He
was something. He was the follow-up act to the follow-up. You had Baker, who was the most favorite, and then Fifth Doctor just comes out of nowhere, and everybody loves this guy, even though they shouldn't. And now you got to follow up the guy that people weren't supposed to like, so no one's gonna like you. He wore a ridiculous multicolored patchwork coat that was just awful to look at.
Yeah, it burnt everyone's televisions. No one liked it. His personality, it was the kind of horrible, like, just arrogance and
brash. He didn't care. And the thing is about that doctor, he said he was the best version of himself so far. So very, very brash.
Kind of a dick.
Yeah, he kind of was. Even for the Doctor's standards, he was extremely smart. He was very egoist, which was very much the Doctor, but not in a fun, loving way like you got with 4 or even 5. You know, it's the one thing to say I'm brilliant because I'm brilliant, but he just did I'm brilliant and you can kiss my butt for it.
Yeah, not fun. Not
so
fun.
The reason that we have Rogue Voodoo Donut Bacon Maple Ale. It's an ale brewed with natural flavors. Rogue is a brewer out of Oregon.
Oh yeah.
I really like a lot of their stuff. Their Dead Guy and their Double Dead guys are really, really amazing. They paired up with Voodoo Donuts out of Portland. Either Portland?
I think so. Yeah, it was Portland.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Voodoo makes some really, really interesting donuts. I think you can check them online at voodoodonuts.com. But they make a voodoo doll donut. They make a donut that's chocolate with chocolate icing, and then it has a vanilla pentagram on the top. I think it's called the Diablo donuts or something like that. Yeah, nothing more Satanist and metal than a donut.
Yeah.
They've got the dirty pillows or something like that, donuts that look like boobs. They've got one called the Cock and Balls.
Yeah.
And they make some really, really interesting, weird stuff. And it's just donuts. But apparently it's this tiny little shop. And the second you go in and you have your donut, they kick you out. And you have to go eat it on the street because they're so small, but they're so packed and so popular. They've got one called the Gay Bar. It's a bar donut with Fruit Loops, rainbow bar across.
Yep. It actually looks really good.
It's really, really creative. So they have a bar-shaped donut that has maple icing on it and has bacon on top. And that's what this beer is supposed to be. This is a coastal watered beer, so it's going to be a lot different than stuff we typically get down here in the south. I've seen it just for the bottle. I wanted to try it. It's kind of hard to find, but if you can find, we're about to tell you if you should pick it up or not. This is the first time we've ever had it. So this will be really interesting. Do we know the content on this one?
No, but it definitely actually has bacon in it.
Yeah.
So I'm going into this like, no, I really.
Here's another reason we think this is like the Sixth Doctor. Apparently the dude loved cats. Like he had cat buttons on everything. The internet loves two things right now, cats and bacon. This is bacon. So by 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, this is the Sixth Doctor.
You know, I saw Kevin Bacon buying olives in Manhattan once.
So we're going from that to bacon beer.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
We need to.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's crack open this monstrosity. I know I'm not gonna like this.
I'm going to love this. I'm going to love this. I'm going to love this.
Huh. Alright, I'll
Well, it's dark. It's like you poured maple syrup and beer together. And all I smell right now is basically donuts, bacon, and syrup. I mean, it smells like breakfast right now. Like we just woke up to breakfast at your grandparents' house.
Which is kind of interesting because the last thing we had was kind of a breakfast beer.
There are literally giant chunks of bacon floating around this. I'm not kidding, man. They're huge.
Yeah, it's...
I don't think we even got it on the shot now here because there's more that can come out. This is really interesting.
I've never had a pork beer before, so...
I've had some smoked porters, but I'm not kidding. There's probably an entire piece of bacon in this beer just ground up.
Yeah, it's... Alright, so, to quote Tracy Jordan from 30 Rock, and kind of works with this beer, it smells like waffles, Liz Lemon, and it's making me horny. I don't like... From here, it smells great, because you just get all that maple syrup, but then, up there, it's just horrifying.
You know,
I don't know.
as much as I want to hate this, I do. I'm going to love this. It's really bad.
Oh, God.
It's really, really bad.
Oh. I hate you, Rogue. Why did you do this to me?
It's kind of neat to do it just because to see if they could. It's a neat parry and it's a neat idea. But God, man, just like the Sixth Doctor, this is just awful. The Sixth Doctor was only around for 2 years. I'm really glad that this is not all the time. This is really bad. I think this bottle was like 10 or 12 bucks. This is a complete waste of money. This is awful.
Wow.
Awful, awful, awful. I don't even want to drink more of this, but I feel like we kind of have to.
I'm not drinking anymore. No, it tastes... Have you ever dissected a pig fetus?
No.
Alright. It smells like dissecting a pig fetus. It is just remarkably horrible. Like, well, first, it's the only beer I know of that has chunks of meat at the bottom of the glass.
You know what this reminds me of? It actually reminds me of smoked porters that I've had that have like a meat-ish type flavor, and I love those. So the more I try this, the more actually I like it. It's really bad.
Oh, God.
It's really, really bad. I hated it from the get-go because the maple and the donut smell is what really overwhelmed me, but hang on. Let's try the test.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, the rule is if you have a beer and it smells awful, but you can kind of power through it, if you hold your nose, you don't smell it, you might be able to drink it.
We made this up last night.
Have to have the pinky out though.
Yeah. It is a pink beer.
It's a Northern California thing. Wait, hang on.
Oregon.
There we go. Do we just get married? Nope. I like it. Nose test makes it drinkable for me. I could totally drink this. I'll have to drink it with something, but I don't want to say it's a breakfast beer because it's really not. I mean, if you want to drink this with, I don't know, some water afterwards to get the flavor out of your mouth, maybe?
No, Clorox. Just go for the Clorox.
Drink the bleach. Oh.
I'm not doing it. No. I say screw that. No.
It's like a breakfasty smoked porter with meat flavor.
It's a horrible beer.
Okay, I really didn't like the Sixth Doctor, and by the way, the dude got like super fat. You drink this, you're just kind of asking for the diabetes. So much like the Sixth Doctor, this beer is just really not that good. I tried to like it. I really, really wanted to because I spent the money on it. It's awful. At DragonCon, we will be giving away a bottle of this to whoever wants it, and if you don't, you're probably still gonna get it.
Whoever tweets us first wanting this or posts it, you are the one who's gonna get one of these.
You get not this one because it's empty, but we have another one that you can have. If you like chunky beer, this will be great for you, and it's free. It's so bad.
You will love it.
Okay, so on a 1 to 11, what are you giving it?
Oh, it's definitely a 1.
I'm gonna give it a 3, just because it's
generous.
It's probably higher gravity. You could probably drink it, and it has bacon, so it gets 2 points for bacon.
All right, by the bacon, bacon gives it 2. I'm gonna give it still 1.
Okay.
Because it's not good bacon. They couldn't have possibly used good bacon for this.
No.
It's like the bacon bits or like bacon strips that you feed a dog.
That's what it is.
Yeah, it's bacon.
Makes me kind of wonder what those taste like now. Let's go get some. And on that note, I think we're done with this one. Thank you for joining us. Come back next week when we have episode 3. We're gonna do Doctors. 7, 8, and 9. It's gonna be really interesting because it's basically we're gonna have the first Doctor that was produced by something other than the BBC, and you get Eccleston.
I love Eccleston.
Eccleston was pretty good. So it's basically gonna be an Eccleston episode, and we're not gonna mention the other two. So come back for Eccleston review and some beer.
Yeah.
Oh, and make sure to follow us on Facebook, like us, because if you don't like us, we don't like us, then no one can like us.
So like us.
Like us. Like us. Like us.
Like
Like
us.
us.
Like us.
Like us.
Also, follow us on our YouTube account.
Absolutely. Super Pint Bros.
Subscribe
Subscribe.
so you can get goodness.
Oh, tweet us too. Or follow us on Twitter. We are at Super Pint Bros, all one word.
Yep. All right. Well, Super Pint Bros out. Have a good one. What up?